The Steam OS, the operating system that many have been touting as the catalyst for Microsoft to get off its butt and improve its Windows operating system for gaming. What I want to go ahead and do is ask a series of questions, maybe give my own, I don't know how I'll put it, my own thoughts on some issues that have come up in categorizing these handheld devices, talking about versions of games, and kind of like showing that more than many people know, the distance, or I say the chasm or the walls between games on consoles and PCs have basically been eroded for a long time. Batman Arkham City, one of my favorite games to play. I like to carry this game on the Steam Deck every time I'm going, is, the subject of the matter that we're going to pretty much be exploring today. The reason I'm making this video is in the past few, I don't know what it is, maybe days or whatever, many have been saying that this Xbox Ally X is not an Xbox. The categorizations that they give are things like, well, the reason we say so is because it doesn't play Xbox games natively or native Xbox games or whatever it is. And so when you ask the question, so what are these native Xbox games? They tell you, oh, well, number one, and by the way, you're going to hear the audio of the deck. Let me turn the volume down. They say things like, well, it doesn't give you the experience in terms of the operating system and all of this stuff, blah, 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 right? And, the Xbox console has a native operating system that is unique to it, that is not the same as the PC, yabba dabba dabba dooba da. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to ask a question about this version of the game and another version of this game. And I'm going to ask y'all what you think about this. Let's play a little bit of Catwoman. We're going to play Hell's Gate Extreme. It's one of my favorite maps. There we go, Hell's Gate Extreme, right? And so when we play Hell's Gate Extreme, what we're going to do is we're going to see what I can do here. Well, actually, should we do that? Let's play another map. Let's do this. Let's be fair, and let's play a map that I haven't necessarily played, but I need to do another character because I've played a lot of Batman and a lot of Catwoman. I think Nightwing is the one sleeper character I hadn't played a lot of. So let's make this a little bit more fair. Okay, for instance, let's go to Blind Justice Extreme with stinking Nightwing. Apparently, he's a monster. Yeah, let me position this thing close to the camera so you guys can see very well. And let's go. What do we got here? Nightwing. Ha 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 ha. Right? And I'm doing this for a reason. Bear with me, okay? In case you're wondering. Let's make quick work of these guys. Yeah. And then we take this guy out. And it's showing at 30 FPS on your screen because apparently, like, my camera setup is whack. This is why I don't really use a camera. One of the reasons anyways. I have multiple setups as well where, some of my computers are away from all the noise and quiet. So I'm playing this game, right? And I'm asking myself, okay, what would be the difference between this version of the game that is running on the Steam Deck, pause, versus this version of the game that is here on Steam where I purchased it running on Windows? A very interesting question for you to start thinking about while I beat on these bad guys here, because I think I'm at this point where all these people that are telling me that, the games that are Xbox games that I can play on the Xbox console, for instance, in some cases, pause, compared to the Xbox PC app, let me go ahead and fire up the Xbox console for you guys here, and let's kind of get a look at what the argument is in this particular case. Because you're going to see a lot of people say this. They're going to say, well, you can't play this game on an Xbox console. What are you talking about? Like, are you crazy? Like, is this something? They'll talk about all kinds of stuff. Let me go on here and add the Xbox console to this screen real quick. And we'll just go from there. There we go. The Xbox console, right? Say, for instance, Gotham Knights here on the Xbox console compared to, say, Gotham Knights on the Xbox PC app. I'm telling you guys, this conversation has made me break out, all of the, the freaking army over here. I just did a whole video dedicated to just showing the Gotham Knights and the Indiana Jones one across both. Let me get the Gotham Knights one out here. Yeah. So they're asking, okay, well, the Gotham Knights on the console and the Gotham Knights on the PC, they're like, well, the experience that you have on the console is because it's playing on the operating system of the console, which is different from the operating system of the PC, and therefore the Xbox Ally X is not an Xbox. And I'm like, okay. So, and I want to, those guys hit me. See what y'all have done now? These guys usually can't, they're not worthy of touching me, but you see? Because I'm over here trying to answer questions. So while y'all are over here, right, trying to answer this question for me, all right, let's take these guys out. Right? While y'all are trying to figure it out as to what the difference is because of the operating system being different, I'm going to be beating bad guys here while you guys marinate and stew over it. Then when I'm done beating these bad guys, that's a lot of them. Yeah, that's what I want. Hey. Now come here, since you're an armored NPC. My controls are gonna be spotty because I gotta learn better about the freaking. Come here. Come here. I thought I was gonna counter that guy from here. This is Arkham Knight. This is Arkham City. You gotta actually play the game. Arkham Knight, and a lot of hand holding going on there. Have you guys figured out the answer yet? Does somebody have an answer for me? All right, if you have an answer, raise your hand at the back. Yeah, you at the back. So, would I call the Steam Deck not a Steam Deck because it plays two different, platform-based versions of this game? And would I say that, because the Steam Deck is not playing the native Steam experience on Windows or on a Linux distro, that it's not the same? Or shall we say that the console, aka freaking Xbox Series X and S, are running on some similar platform that is very akin to the Windows platform, hence can run similar versions of the game and share save files as Steam would also do from its own Steam Deck, which is Linux-based Steam OS, to the Windows version of the game? These are very important questions as I beat on bad guys in Arkham City that we must take into account in order for us to be able to get to what the truth actually is. Because I'm already seeing YouTube videos, posts across the board, and I'm sure that people are going to be telling me, oh, this is disingenuous. It's Steam, VG. You can't compare Steam with the Xbox because Steam is a... Yeah, please back yourself into that corner of the argument. I'm waiting for you. I'm there waiting for you. I just want to see you back yourself into the corner. Oh my gosh, look at that guy. He's gonna need a doctor. This one's gonna need a dentist. Dentist for his arm? Oh my, yeah, he might, because that shock from the pain was probably so much it affected his, molars. Booyah! And wazam! Vam! And on the ground, takedown. Oh. Whoa, bam. Stun. Yeah. Okay, we're on round 3. I'm waiting for the answers, but guys, I'm serious. I am seriously waiting. Oh, we're round 4. So we have 33,000, right? Or 34,880, and it's our new personal best. Look at it on the camera right there, right? Let me go ahead and see if the camera is going to go ahead and focus for y'all. Yeah, there we go. 34,880 personal best, right? So let's go ahead and continue because we're going to exit this version of the game. And then we're going to, you know where I'm going with this. Some of you already know the answer to this, but, it seems like some of you at the back, you choose to not want to tell me what it is that I want to hear. So exit, Steam Deck version. Let's lay that aside here. And we're going to, basically have the version. Let's have the version come in focus a little bit, so that you can see it as we switch over to that Steam version of the game. Once it changes, see, it's changed now to play because the other one is now, is done. And if you're looking very carefully, the other one over here is syncing my progress over the cloud. If you notice this blue bar, you see it? Let me draw it near to you so that you can see it. So 52% complete, 53%, 56% complete. I'm waiting. It's validating. It's doing all this because if I try to launch this version, it's going to tell me, it's going to ask me a question about my cloud. So it's basically checking my cloud status and doing some other stuff over here. So let's go ahead. I think it may have launched the progress. It may have saved the progress already. It may have synced it already. Okay, so we're going to launch Batman Arkham City on here. I was downloading Spider-Man Miles Morales as well, just to use as an example. I have Nier Automata and such. So when people ask me and say, hey, man, or when people say, it's not playing the Xbox version of the game and all, they have these little caveats. I got to ask them and say, okay, sure. Maybe you might have some, ideas for me in this regard. And I'd like to know what these ideas are. Let me go ahead and get these Arkham City. I should have done the, whatchamacallit, the resolution I should have set up the resolution, but I didn't. It's okay. It's not a problem. But it's okay. Let's get in there. Controller in hand, Xbox controller. You can play with whatever you want though. If you prefer, PlayStation controller, it'll let you. I mean, I'm not into showing controllers as a kind of a thing to making my videos and such. So let's get the Arkham City started. Arkham City is asking me, "Oh, you want to play Arkham City?" I think it's still doing some weird stuff. It hates my setup. It really does hate my setup. Like it hates my setup from the pits. It's like I discovered the reason why I hated my setup. It's because I didn't plug my controller in. Hey, I tried to plug in the camera for you guys, so I unplugged the controller to plug the freaking camera in. Don't even judge me. Get out of here. So let's go back. Let's circle back to where we were before, which is this Riddler mode, Nightwing, and we played Hall of Justice or whatever that, stage was, Extreme, and this Blind Justice, sorry. And it says my personal best is 34,880. Now, I gotta ask, I really wanna be I want us to be as transparent as we possibly can be in this whole conversation. Why is it that whenever we are talking about Xbox gets a different standard for everything? Why? Why does Xbox get a different standard for everything? I've come to notice, and this is why I've decided, you know what? If we're going to have to dial in to figuring this stuff out, I hope we do. I absolutely hope that we do, because if we don't, or if we can't even tell ourselves the truth anymore, we are cooked in the gaming conversation, because somebody always has to find a way to disparage a console because it doesn't fit, or it's the console that they left, or it's the console that they don't like anymore, or it's the console that did something to them, that stole their candy or took cookies out of their cookie jar. It's always something though, right? In the case of a lot of these folk. And this is where the problem I've seen is that for Xbox to call this Ally X a freaking Xbox console is a sin. It's a problem. It's a problem. My GPU sucks for this production. I'm gonna put my 4080 back in, because it seems like we're gonna be doing a good number of these videos. You guys know I like making the same video over and over again, right? What are y'all doing? Look at this guy. Hey. 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 Let me make sure you guys are seeing the punches register. Hey. See, all this talk that it's not an Xbox is coming from a perspective where either the people know and understand technology, right? And they are being purposefully obtuse and they don't want y'all to know, or they're very much aware that this is exactly what an Xbox is and they don't want to admit it, because what this does is it undermines everything that they've stood for in terms of their own understanding of the gaming industry. Oh, it shocked them too. Oh, man. Bless you, Nightwing. Bless you. I better jump. He's coming at me. Jump. Dive, jump. Oh, he hit me. This is the problem with old school games, man. They expect too much from you. I'm just being silly, guys. Let's get this guy. And wha-bam. And he hit me again. Okay. If this is how you want to do it, dive. All right, let's go shock you. And there he goes. Okay. We'll do it for another game. Should we? Shall we? I think we should. I think a lot of the talking, right now in this particular moment, it could be useful, but I think what we now need to do is just start showing. You see, there's show and there's tell, and then there's basically showing, and I think showing is where it's going to actually get the message across that a lot of people are either being disingenuous, or maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe I'm the crazy one. It could be that I'm the one that's insane. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all so much. Hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in the next exact same video, but just different video game, skinned differently. Peace out.